Wheatley, nothing heard, Juliet Delta.
Juliet Delta, this is Wheatley, I was hearing you strength 5 there.
Strength 5 also.
And you want to get the foam on the microphone as close to your mouth as you can, okay?
Wheatley Radio Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, radio check.
Bravo Mike, this is DZ, I read you strength 5.
Got your 5s also, Golf Bravo Mike, taxi in the hold.
Okay, so we're just going to pull down to the tarmac on the left-hand side there. We're going to park the aircraft up and do some power and control checks. We're going to make sure that the engine's running smoothly and that all of the controls are doing what we want them to as well before we get in the air, alright? Okay, so we've got another quick checklist to get all of the instrumentation set up here, so I'll do that. Okay, I need to check that the control stick's got full and free movement, so I'm going to move it all the way around here. It may hit your leg. I'm just checking to make sure it's not being restricted by anything underneath first. And then also checking all of the control surfaces are reacting in the right way as well. Yep. Okay, that's good. And we need to enter the amount of fuel that we have. It thinks it's 54. We've actually got 100 litres now, so we need to add 46 to that. Let's quickly check the engine here. Okay, that's all good. So the aircraft's ready to go. We're going to use the northwesterly facing runway. And I believe there's an aircraft just on the runway at the moment, so we'll just hold here and let him take off first before we enter the runway and backtrack up to take off, okay? There we go.
Radio Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, entering a backtrack at 30.
Okay, we're going to use the grass runway on the far side there.
Peter Lee, Golf Bravo Mike, lining up 30 right.
Okay. Right, we are pretty much ready to go. Just a quick final check. We've got enough oil temperature. Oil pressure's good. Radio's tuned in. And we need to switch the transponder on. There we go. So we are all ready to go. Are you ready? Yep. Good, good. So what we'll do is we'll take off. I'll get the aircraft into a cruise, and then we'll discuss a little bit more in detail when we're in the air about what we're going to do. Okay?
Yeah. Peter Lee, Radio Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, taking off 30 right.
Alright, Matthew, so what we'll do is I'll keep control of the aircraft just for the initial part of the flight, okay? We'll track the coastline up to Sunderland, which we can see just off to the right hand side of us there. Up to Tynemouth to Tyne Bridges, then to the Angel of the North, and then to Durham City Centre, depending on how much time we've got left, okay? Like I say, I'll keep control of the aircraft up until the point that we're heading away from Newcastle's airspace. So from Tynemouth here to the Tyne Bridges, you can see that blue line there. That is the southern edge of Newcastle's airspace. So we've got I'll keep control of the aircraft until we're heading away from that, really. Once we're clear of that, we'll run through some controls together, and you can have a go flying the aircraft if you would like to. Yeah, so we do need to ask for permission to go into that area as well. Excuse me. So yeah, going from Tynemouth to the Tyne Bridges, with that being inside Newcastle's airspace, I'll give them a call when we're a little bit closer to Sunderland, and tell them the details of our flight, what we intend to do, and they should give us permission. It's usually okay. They're usually fine with it. And if at any point during the flight you feel uncomfortable, it is a little bit bumpy, but if at any point during the flight you feel uncomfortable, just let me know, and we can go back to the airfield as soon as possible. Yeah, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask, okay?
Mike, Newcastle radar 1243.
So continue approach 1, vacating ahead, surface wind 260 degrees, 10 knots.
Okay, I'm just going to give Newcastle radar a quick call, so just bear with me, okay?
Newcastle radar, good morning, Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, requesting basic service and zone transit.
Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, Newcastle radar, good morning, standby, call about 36. Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, good morning, pass message.
Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, it's a Michael Light out of Peterlee, returning Peterlee via Tynemouth, Tyne Bridges and Angels and North, currently at 1,900 feet. On 1014 overhead, Sutherland City Centre, Squawk 7000, requesting basic service and zone transit from Tynemouth to the Tyne Bridges. Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike.
Golf Bravo Mike, register basic service, Squawk 3751, QNH 1014.
3751, QNH 1014, Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike.
Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, clear to enter controlled airspace, model altitude 2,500 feet VFR, routine Tynemouth and the Tyne Bridges.
Clear to enter controlled airspace, VFR, model 2,500 feet on 1014 for Tynemouth to the Bridges, Golf Bravo Mike.
There we go, so he's got all of our details and he knows what we intend to do. So we've got Tynemouth right in front of us here. As soon as we get straight over Tynemouth, we'll make a left-hand turn and
start 26 Tango, turn right, heading 035, and when able change squawk please, 5433.
035 and just say the squawk again, sir.
5433.
5433, Logan 826 Tango. Newcastle radar, Golf Charlie Foxtrot November Victor, talking 3755.
South Fox November Whiskey, Newcastle radar, good morning.
Basic service 1014, Golf November Victor.
Hello, Emirates 35 passing 183 descending 160 320 knots. Number 35 Newcastle radar, good morning information November, you can disregard the star speed and altitude restrictions, descent flight level 90. Thank you, descent flight level 90, we have the information 114 Emirates 35. Golf Golf Juliet, contact Scottish information 119.875, I'll have your details, goodbye.
Scottish 119.875, bye, Golf Golf Juliet.
We're going 8267, leave controlled airspace in 4 miles, deconfliction service. And that heading should coast you out at Amble, approximately the next 15 miles.
Amble in the next 15 miles. Thank you very much for that. Logan at 826 Tango. Newcastle radar, still by 1 November Charlie, we're past 2,100, flight level 80, tracking runway extended center line.
So 1 November Charlie, Newcastle radar, good morning, route direct Dean Cross, climb flight level 140.
Directing cross and climb flight level 140, still by 1 November Charlie.
Newcastle radar, good morning, Quebec Air Whiskey, Monte Echo, D20, follow 160, speed 290 knots, just some information November. Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey, Newcastle radar, good morning information November, disregard the star, speed and altitude restrictions, descent flight level 140. Disregard the star, speed and altitude 60, Apollo 140, contact me out. So 1 November Charlie, leaving control airspace 5 miles, deconfliction service.
Deconfliction service 5 miles, still by 1 November Charlie.
Emirates 35 is the vectors ILS approach, runway 25, leave ETSIS, heading 025. Thanks, vectors, so ILS 25, leave ETSIS, heading 035, Emirates 35. Just check the heading 025 from ETSIS. 025, thank you, Emirates 35. Emirates 35, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1014, approximately 36 miles from touchdown. Then 5,000 feet and 1014, copy Emirates 35. Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey, descend flight level 90. Descend 1 mile 0, Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Newcastle, good morning, runway 173, we're passing 3,000 for flight level 80, Curly to X-ray departure.
173 Newcastle radar, good morning, climb now flight level 150.
I'm now flight level 150, runway 173.
Go Bravo Mike, now radar control service, report turning at the bridges.
Radar control service, report turning at the bridges, Golf Bravo Mike.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, be vectored ILS approach runway 25, leave excess, heading 025.
Further vectors, wireless approach runway 25, leave excess, heading 025, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Logan 826 Tango, when ready, all navigation Aberdeen.
And navigation Aberdeen, Logan 826 Tango.
Emirates 35, descend to altitude 3,500 feet.
Then 3,500 feet, Emirates 35.
Go Charlie Foxtrot November Victor, clear to track northbound up the coast, not above altitude 1,500 feet, please Newcastle QNH 1014, report tight mount.
Not above 1,500 feet and got some now.
90173, fly heading 200 degrees.
200 degrees, 90173. Newcastle off Charlie Echo Victor Sierra Zulu, stalking 3754, and looking to zone transit along time 1500 feet, to time now.
Go Charlie Echo Victor Sierra Newcastle radar, good morning, it's a basic service, QNH 1014, standby for the clearance.
1014 basic, still
Logan 826 Tango, radar service terminates, contact Scottish 124.5, goodbye.
124.5, Logan 826 Tango. Maiden Weather 8241, good afternoon, 2600 feet, landing flight level 080, enough 80.
Level 8241, Newcastle radar, good morning, climb now flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Weather 8241.
Still at 1 November Charlie, radar service terminates, contact Scottish 124.5, goodbye.
Scottish now 124.5, so about 1 November Charlie, thanks, bye.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1014, approximately 36 miles from touchdown.
5,000 feet, QNH 1014, now on the radar heading 025, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Thank you. Liner 173, report the radar heading, Scottish Control, 133.8, goodbye.
1338, Liner 173, bye-bye.
Charlie Echo Victor Sierra, clear to transit east 1,500 feet, QNH 1014.
Victor, clear transit along with time, eastbound, not above 1,500 feet, 1014, Golf Victor.
Emirates 35, descend to altitude 2,500 feet.
Then 2,500 feet, Emirates 35.
Novella 8241, fly heading 200 degrees.
Heading 200 degrees, Weather 8241.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, descend to altitude 3,500 feet.
Descend to 3,500 feet, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Emirates 35, turn left, heading 340 degrees, base leg, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Left heading 340, descend 2,000 feet, Emirates 35.
Golf Bravo Mike, time bridges, turning southbound.
Golf Bravo Mike, roger. Novella 8241, report the radar heading, Scottish Control 133.8, goodbye.
133.8 with heading Novella 8241, bye-bye.
MS35, turn left heading 290 degrees, clear Alice approach runway 25, QNH 1014.
Left heading 290, clear for ILS 25, Emirates 25.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, descend to altitude 2,500 feet.
Descend to 2,500 feet, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, traffic right, 1 o'clock, range of 3 miles. Northbound VFR traffic, it's a microlight, at least 1,000 feet below your altitude.
Copy, Alpha Whiskey.
Bravo Mike, the town regional pressure 1009, now it's a basic service report, changing back to Peter Lee.
1009, basic service and Wilco, Golf Bravo Mike.
Emirates 35, localizer established.
Emirates 35, continue approach, contact Newcastle Tower 119.705, goodbye.
Continue 119.705, Emirates 35, thank you, good day.
Golf November Victor, take up 1 right-hand orbit please in present position, report rolling out.
1 right-hand orbit, Golf November Victor.
Thank you. Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, turn left heading 340 degrees, base leg, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, so like I said, I'll just wait until we're well clear of that airspace and I'll get us off Newcastle's frequency because there's a lot of radio chatter going on. And yeah, then we'll run through some controls and you can have a good flying the aircraft if you would like to. Yeah? Good, good.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, continue left turn heading 280 degrees, clear RS approach runway 25, QNH 1014.
Continue left turn heading 280 degrees on that. Heading clear RS approach runway 25, QNH 1014, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Golf November Victor, thanks on completion of the orbit, continue northbound up the coast.
Okay, thanks Golf November Victor.
Golf Victor Sierra, entrance control airspace, radar control service, report turning northbound at time on.
Radar control, report time now, Golf Victor.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, localizer established 258 miles.
Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, thanks. Continue approach number 2, contact Newcastle Tower 119.705, goodbye.
Continue approach tower 19705, Tomjet 3 Alpha Whiskey, goodbye.
Golf Bravo Mike, this will you 22 Peter Lee.
Golf Bravo Mike, thanks. Squawk 7000, free call Peter Lee 129.905, goodbye.
7000 free call Peter Lee 129905. Thanks for the help. Good day. Golf Bravo Mike.
Okay, there we go. So we can just turn the radio down now. We don't need that at the moment. So, yeah, we need to keep a good look out as we're flying around. If you do see any other aircraft, point it out, because I might not have seen it, okay? Obviously, at that point, we did have a little bit of help from air traffic control. but now it's more imperative that we keep a good lookout between us and make sure that there's no aircraft around. So like I say, if you do see something, just point it out, okay? Right, so a little bit of background just before we run through some controls. The aircraft's control stick is quite sensitive, okay? You're never really moving it more than an inch from the centre, and the aircraft reacts quite well, as you can see. So we want to keep all of our control inputs relatively light, and it just makes it a lot easier to control the aircraft, okay? So what we'll do is we'll run through some controls together, with me flying the aircraft, and you with your hands on the controls following me through on the movements, okay? And then we'll do a couple more turns with you flying the aircraft and me following you through. And if you're happy to and you're comfortable enough, I'll just let you fly the aircraft for the remainder of the flight until we get closer to Peterlee, and then I'll take control and bring the aircraft into land, okay? On top of that, there is, as we've seen, there's a bit of like sort of light, constant light with bits of moderate turbulence thrown in. So if at any point you don't feel comfortable, again, just let me know. Comfortable controlling the aircraft, sorry, and I can take control back. But don't let the turbulence freak you out. It's just basically all it is the hot rising air coming up from the ground, and the aircraft's getting caught in that a little bit. Okay. In most circumstances of the turbulence, what I like to say is just let the turbulence do with the aircraft what it wants first, and then react to it afterwards. Okay. That's just a personal opinion. If you're constantly fighting the aircraft in the turbulence, it becomes quite tiresome. So I tend to say just sort of, you know, like I say, let the turbulence do with the aircraft what it wants within reason, and then react to it later. So, okay, let's run through some controls. So, with either hand, whichever feels comfortable, just rest it on the control stick, okay? You don't want a very tight grip, because like I said, with it being small movements that control the aircraft, if you're grabbing very tightly, you tend to put in small movements and you don't realise, okay? So what we'll do is we'll do a turn to the left first, then a turn to the right, and just follow me through on the first one. Just feel the control inputs that I'm using, and then when I do the turn to the right, I'll talk you through what I'm doing, okay? Yeah. Right, okay, so we'll do the turn to the left first. So you can feel there, it's very small movements, you know, we're not throwing that control stick around, it's nice and gentle. A little bit of turbulence there, giving us a bit of lift. And at this point in the turn, we're not really doing a lot, okay? The aircraft is pretty much doing a lot of the work for us. Like I say, it's just constant minor adjustments that we're making, okay? Want to try and keep the aircraft relatively level during the turn, okay? And you can see, even with quite a shallow turning angle on, the aircraft's turning quite positively, yeah? So I'll talk you through the turn to the right, let's run through that. Okay, so what we do is we push the stick to the direction you want to turn, and you just hold it there. Obviously there's a little bit of turbulence, so it might stop the turn, it might increase the turning speed. Once you get to about here, like a nice gentle turn, you let the stick come back to the centre. So it's spring loaded, so it will come back to the centre on its own, okay? Now at this point in the turn, it's just about managing the height of the nose, okay? Ideally we want to stay relatively level during the turn, so we don't want to climb, we don't want to descend, alright? So what we're doing is just constantly managing the nose. It needs to be about there. So take a sort of mental picture of how far the nose is away from the horizon there. And you want to have that image when you're in a turn, okay? And you can feel that I'm sort of constantly applying back pressure, you know, little bits and bobs here. Just keep the aircraft where we need it, yeah? And that's due to the fact that we're getting some lift, some sink as well. We're getting some sinking air, 'cause it's cool air around as well. So yeah, so how do you know if if the aircraft's descending or if the aircraft's climbing? Well, when you're in a turn, if the aircraft's descending, you're going to be able to see a lot more green land in front of you, yeah? And obviously the opposite, if it's climbing, we're going to just be looking at the clouds, yeah? So, and then it's just the circumstances of putting in opposite controls to get the aircraft back to a level flight. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. Alright, so we'll do the same again. But we'll do a turn to the right first, and you'll be flying the aircraft. Like I say, I'll just cover you on the controls here, and don't worry if there's any sort of turbulence or anything like that kicking the aircraft around. I'll help you deal with that. Okay. So we'll go for, like I say, a turn to the right first. So just when you're ready, yeah, that's fine. So we're looking at the nose of the aircraft, yeah. So it's getting the nose is getting a little bit low, so we just want to, yeah, raise the nose a little bit. That's it. Perfect. That's perfect there. So you might have seen you're in quite a shallow turn, which is good, and then the turn sort of tightened up, which I think was just turbulence. It wasn't you. And then the nose started to drop. Yeah. the tighter the turning angle, the harder it is to keep the nose up. Yeah, the nose wants to drop in tighter turns. Yeah, so keeping the turns nice and shallow always helps. Always helps you being able to control the nose of the aircraft. So if we do turn to the left as well, that's it. So the nose is a little high. So just push that forward. You can maybe tighten the turn up a little bit, so a little bit more roll on. That's it. Perfect there. That's great.
Charlie Oscar, go ahead.
Alright, Matthew, I'm happy. Just keep the turn coming around. I'm happy for you to control the aircraft for the rest of the flight if you would like to. Yeah? Okay, like I say, if there's any big patches of turbulence or anything like that, I will be on hand and I'll give you some help. But for now, just keep this turn coming around and I'll give you some more direction.
People saw that Charlie Oscar on left base 26.
Okay, so just on our left hand side here, you might just be able to see them, they're just in the sunlight. There's 4 wind turbines in a row. Yeah, just give me a left hand turn and point the aircraft towards those for me. Perfect, that's it, that's good. We'll see a little bit of rain starting there as well. So as we're flying around, like I said, keeping a good lookout at all sides, looking out for other aircraft as well. Should always sort of every maybe 10 to 20 seconds be having a good look around all directions and making sure that there's no other aircraft around. That's perfect. So what we're aiming to do, I don't know if you can see on the sat nav here, there's these 2 circles here. We're aiming just to go to the south of those circles there and then pass up back along the coast northbound. Peterlee's just on our left here. Okay, so just give it a little bit to the right here. We just don't want to cross these circles. That's it. Perfect. That's it. Roll the wings level there. Great. And just keep us heading in this direction for now. Once we get a little bit closer to those turbines, I'll give you a bit more direction. Yeah, there was a lot of lift there. Straight over some Ryanair. Okay, we're just going to continue down a little bit further, then we're going to make a left-hand turn and head into this airspace here, between Teesside and those circles. So maybe probably going to be just next to this lake that we're going to be making a left-hand turn, yeah? Okay, there's an aircraft around, and it's a little bit lower than us. I think it might be on the ground at an airfield just near us here. Yeah, I can see it. It's all right. It's on the ground. Okay, Matthew, when you're ready, you just aim us roughly towards the coast here, and then we'll pick a heading. So keep that turn coming round, probably around this direction here. That's it, perfect. So then when we've got a heading, what we want to do is then pick a feature on the ground, whether it's a building, collection of trees, or maybe it's a boat that's out in the water there, and that's what you want to focus on. You want to keep that directly in front of you, yeah? Okay, Matthew, I'll take control back from here, and I'll bring the aircraft in a lot. You did very well there. Nice general controls of the aircraft.
Individual Golf Charlie Golf Bravo Mike, currently 3 miles to the southeast. We'll join left base for 12, correct, left base for 30, right. Kilo Golf Alpha Mike, right base 30 right. Kilo Golf Alpha Mike, final 30. Kilo Golf Alpha Mike, clear then.
Okay, Matthew, so we're just going to park the aircraft up where we got in, and there's a quick shutdown checklist for me to do. I just need to run through a quick checklist to get the engine switched off, so just bear with me 2 moments when we get stopped, okay? Right, okay.